Apologies for the late start on Speedy Tuesday. Everybody get your Speedies out. Pictures of your cats, of course, your dogs, your children, anything you want. Speedmaster's first, all watches second. I apologize for the late start. I had an early morning appointment at 8 a.m. with the lady. She's acting a little weird. I think I mentioned to you guys, she was licking the bathtub. And she's been looking a little scrawny. And I noticed that she wasn't jumping up on a TV stand. And I put food on the floor and I put food on the counter. And she's got her box there. And she wasn't utilizing her spaces the way she normally does. And she seemed just a little bleh. So I made an appointment for 8 o'clock this morning at 1 o'clock in the morning last night. Went in, did a bunch of blood work, found out. Oh, you like that sound? Can you guys hear that sound? That's my wonderful new landlord who is obviously doing some kind of mega construction downstairs, right directly underneath my studio. And it is like a massive drill. And they probably know I do a show, and they're probably doing it on purpose because they're just vindictive and horrible. So anyway, I went and had senior blood work done because she's 14 and a half. And then they gave me like a thing to get a pee sample, and I had to clean out her box and put a liner in it and all this stuff. And then they close at 6. And I finally got it at like 10 to 5. 10 minutes to the show. That's why I did the switcheroo, and because I got her pee sample and I wanted to get in there before they close so I get the results back. Anyway, they're thinking about putting her on a steroid because she needs to gain a little weight. She lost a pound since December, and I had gotten her from 5.5 pounds to almost 7 pounds. So it's just, older folks, It's my lady, and I had to do that. Can you guys hear that? I don't know if you can hear this high whizzing, whirling. It's a power drill of some kind, and it is directly under me. The whole floor is vibrating. Unbelievable. I call the building department. Nobody comes, and if they do, they don't let them in, and nobody does anything. Anyway, how are you all tonight? I just gave the girl some food. She's sitting on her box. Hopefully, everything will be okay. Anyway, who's in the room tonight? Let's have a looky-poo. Got Andrew's working until 6:30. Oh boy, and I started late. So evening all. Carolyn Martin, how are you? There's a troll in the chat, and now there's a massive banging. Amazing. And I have a floating floor here, which is amazing. I can still hear it. There's a guy who writes comments. I don't know. I don't respond to them because it's ridiculous. That's great. Can you hear that? Can anybody hear that banging? It sounds like you're at your dentist, right? Unbelievable. And I don't talk to them because they have a court order. They're not allowed to talk to me because they're evil. This guy said, stop saying Carolyn Martin and Sam-led consulting the way that you do. It's annoying. I'm like, it's a term of endearment, my friend. And if you were endearing, you'd have one for you too. I didn't say that, but I'm saying it live because... these are the people that come to the show every night and bring the love and form the community, the kindness. And it's a really kind community. I've been doing this for a couple of months now, and I've overwhelmed with the amazing amount of kindness and humanity and wonderful people that come here. Yeah, we vent and we rant, and it happens, but we're human and we're allowed, and it doesn't matter if you're pink, blue, purple, left, right. Who cares? I don't care. Because you know what? You have a valid point. Everyone has a valid point unless you're an asshole. And it's that simple. And he doesn't have a valid point. Carolyn Martin. That's just the way it is. It's Carolyn Martin forever. Because we love Carolyn Martin, At Sam-led Consulting, I'll do it 50 times if you don't like it. Tough noogies. If you were nice and endearing, you'd have a theme song too. Rasheen didn't like the way I was doing investment janitor. He says I'm going up on the end. So now it's just investment janitor. JVB changed to 4:15 your time. Speedy must be in for maintenance. Now the Speedy's just fine. She's on the wrist and she's doing good. Thanks. Bashers. Laverne appointment. That was me. Wallace9 says Laverne comes first. She sure does. And I was up all night, just laying next to her on the bed going, what's wrong? It's been like the last 2 months have been so good. I thought everything was perfect. No vomiting, knock on wood. And I didn't realize she had lost some weight and she was dehydrated. She needed to get an IV of, not an IV, subcutaneous fluids, because she was a little bit, they do the little back of the neck pinch and they could tell whether or not they're being, that they're dehydrated. And she drinks water, but she has irritable bowel disease. So it's an ongoing thing. So a bunch of tests were done today. We're going to talk about a steroid for her latter years, because it'll help her gain weight. And it'll also shrink the inflammation of whatever's going on in her digestive system. And I have a new vet. They're called Bond Vet, and they're up on Vernon Boulevard here in Long Island City. And I'm very grateful to be there. I usually go to the Animal Medical Center where I bankrupt myself. This is a very kind place of nice people, a doctor I really, really like. And when you find a vet that you really, really like, you try to stick with them as long as you can. I've just been bouncing around and mostly going to the hospital. Which is never a good idea, because it's just, no exciting flights anywhere. Here it is again, getting a molar done. Wallace 9 says, hope she's doing well. She seems to be doing okay. I'll keep you guys apprised of it, and I thank you for asking. Dean says, good evening. Tobster McDonkey, I don't have a Speedy, wish I did, but I don't want one that has that goofy watch on the moon. Well, I mean, this mine doesn't get a Speedy reduced. I don't know what Tobster, everybody's favorite right-wing pundit. What is your wrist size? This is a 39, and 39 is sweet on everybody. I mean, it might look a little. I have a 7 and a quarter wrist, a little over 7 and a quarter, and it fits me just great. And if I AB that with my Rolex, as everybody's favorite German watch lady does, I'll put it on. It's just you see the contrast. Well, actually, I don't want to have a crash. The size differential. It's not that much different. Really, it isn't. Not that much different. Really, they wear kind of the same. I mean, Speedmaster's 42, the man on the moon, of course. But you can get them in so many varieties. There are so many different Speedmasters and so many varieties. You can get a 39, and they're wonderful. I highly recommend you go for those, and you get them so cheap. Man, go on Chrono. They're so amazing, and there's so many configurations. You get date window, get so many different complications. That's what's so great about the Speedy. Angelo, good evening, Angelo. How are you? Good to see you. JBB says, increasingly difficult to get an appointment with a veterinarian around here. I lucked out, because that was the first appointment of the day and it was open. It was 8 a.m. and I'm up at the crack of dawn. I've turned into one of those old men where I'm up at like 5:45, but I didn't sleep last night. I just stared at her all night to see if she's all right. Space A says, all the best for Kitty. Thank you so much. Vasilios, good evening, Dirk, and all from rainy Greece. Yesterday, it was so funny. We just stumbled upon, we're flicking around on YouTube, and we're flicking around, and there was this thing that said, I'm too old for this shit. And it was like this metal band from Florida. And turns out that they never made records or anything, but they made a demo that circulated. And that was big in the late 80s, early 90s. If you had a demo that the metalheads liked, well, turns out these guys got back together and played a festival the same year that I played it. My band's big reunion show was in Germany at this place called the Keep It True Festival in Lauterkönigshofen. And we played there. And it turns out they played the day before. It was a festival, but it was so weird. So I watched the whole thing. Actually, I got really depressed. So anyway, after that, because we played the next year, we played in Athens, my very first time, and so far only time in Greece. And I absolutely loved it. And so we were watching those walkabouts on YouTube where somebody just takes a camera and walks around, like kind of like Oshin does, but this is more like no narrating. It's just, they might say like Syntagma Square and, Parliament and, Monastiraki or whatever. They'll show that as it goes. And I was just looking at it. I was like, oh, all these amazing places. And it was great. Loved it. Topes just says, sounds like a palm sander. So if you were here, you would think it is a band, some kind of giant saw. Like, I think that they're ripping walls down there, which they need a permit to do, and they don't do it. They don't get permits. She doesn't believe in them. Maybe a multi-tool. Who knows? Carolyn says, we are okay. We are okay. We'll be okay. Okay is a state of mind too, I mean, varying degrees of okay. It's important every once in a while to ask somebody if they're okay. If you notice like a deviation in their personality, like Laverne. I'm kind of a alarmist where I just, I want to go to the vet every 5 minutes, but sometimes I just have to let her be a cat, and cats are cats. But I could tell that something's wrong. But when you have a friend or a family member or somebody you care about and they're acting a little weird, it doesn't hurt to say, "Are you okay?" And they might get annoyed and they might say, why is everybody asking? And if they say that, then that means that there's something up, because then everybody's noticing it too. But I think it's okay to ask. It's a human thing to do. Ask people if they're okay. Sometimes they need somebody to talk to, and they don't have a show. They could get one. While it's not, oops, I forgot it was Tuesday and sent the other watch. That's okay. We're gonna love it anyway. We're gonna love it anyway. Partridge Family. Great tunes. If you're ever sad, if you ever need to be okay, I highly suggest you go and check out the Partridge Family's greatest hits. You may not be old enough to remember the show like I do and have it be influential to me. David Cassidy was very influential to me as a singer, but it's some of the best pop songs from the 70s with the Wrecking Crew, Hal Blaine and all the Carol Kay, all the greatest musicians that played on the Beach Boys and Neil Diamond, all those amazing. There's a documentary called The Wrecking Crew, the best of the LA sessions. Those are the musicians on those Partridge Family records and some of the best songwriters in history. And it's just amazing. There's this I'll geek out for just a minute. There was this guy named Ron Hicklin, and it's called the Ron Hicklin Singers. And he creates that wall. It's very, very white, though, which is missing in today's music. Everything's like, oh, yeah, yeah. It's all this, kind of soulful African-American background vocals. That's what's been in vogue for a long time. But back in the day, they had this kind of, because we call that the wall of blackness, because it's amazing and soulful and got great vibrato. But back in the day, there was like this sound that was very pure and clean, Andy Williamsy, and it was just amazing, stellar background vocals. Oh, she's yelling at me. Hey, you all right, mama? You all right? What's up, baby doll? She's yelling. It just breaks my heart every time. She's just been vocal lately, and that's what I worry about. Anyway, the Wrecking Crew, the Partridge Family. Go put on a Partridge Family. Put on a song called Summer Days. It'll make you feel wonderful. I promise you. Space Ace says, sounds like you're at the dentist. Oh, I said, I got that already. Oh, did you hear that? That sounds terrible. Wow. That's crazy. Mr. Bad Guest, greetings. You know what? That's a big noise. Hold the phone. Talk among yourselves for 1 second. I hate to leave that. I know I don't have a Sheen with me, but I just want to make sure everything's okay. What's up, kitten? You okay? You okay, my kitten chat? Sorry about that. She's totally wigged up on that sound. She's just sitting in the room going, what the fuck is that? I apologize. It's not polite to leave the room when I'm the host. Yeah. Dirk, if you get the gong, you could get revenge. Well, the gong is being delivered tomorrow, it says. The new gong, which was way more expensive. Nathaniel Hannon. I don't even have this ready. See? Look at this. Thank you. $1.99. We can hear the drill, but it's not terrible. Thank you for the super chat. I'll put that towards the Laverne Fund. I was like, it'll just be a checkup. And then it's like, urinalysis, plus blood panel. And then they did something that really freaks me out. And I'm not going to dwell on this anymore. But I have in my notes, please do not use a needle to go into her bladder to try to get a sample. Because my other vet did that. And that's why I left them. Because I don't want that. I'll do the work. I'll put it together. I'll go get the urine sample like I just did now. And the girl did it today. And she goes, I couldn't get her bladder. It's too small. She has a very, very small bladder. We've known this since she's a kitten. I said, you're never going to be able to do that with a needle. And I was just so mad. And I just had to. Carolyn Martin says, oh, Dirk, please don't stop saying my name the way you do. It's one of the few highlights I have in life. Carolyn Martin. I would never. It's none of his goddamn fucking business. Sorry. Pardon my French. Do you ever wonder why it's called French? Pardon my French. Fuck you. Pardon my French. So crazy. Hey, Steve McDonald, £4.99. My daughters are still laughing at you roasting my massive wrist compared to my Speedy. Hope the cat gets well soon. Thanks so much. Hey, you know what? I'm not ashamed to say that. And you know what's funny? Because guys look at guys' watches. It's a thing. And I said one day, I said to even Toshin, because you know he's a straight guy and I'm not. So like, not only do I admire a very attractive watch, but when it looks great on a great wrist too, it's attractive. He was so freaked out. He's like, oh shit. I said, hey, one day somebody just might punch you in the mouth. But hey, man, credit goes where credit's due when you have a great looking wrist, you know, like a masculine, and you got a great looking wrist. Gotta say, you always do. Topster says, don't trust vets. They always want to sell you something you cannot leave without spending some money. I think they are the reason my little buddy is. I'm so sorry. I hate hearing that. I will tell you this, though. That is why I'm not at my old regular vet, because I felt like they were just preying upon me and my willingness to just fork over every last cent that I have. And I will do that. And I have done that. When she got 10 years ago, she caught a mouse and it had eaten rodenticide. And that took months to determine. But the Animal Medical Center in New York City, which is the preeminent hospital for animals in America next to Oradell in New Jersey, they saved her life. And it cost like close to 20 grand to do so. And that's just credit cards and cash and blah, everything. Blah, borrowed money from my sister, you know. I'm grateful for that. But then I have my regular local vet. They'll remain nameless because I'm not going to promote them. And I felt like every time I went in there, they would hit me up for this, that, or the other. And then they did the needle thing, and I left them for good. And then this new place, Bond Bet, I'm going to spruik them because they're wonderful up on Vernon Boulevard. They were amazing. Beautiful doctors. It's a beautiful office. They're very kind. You know, she walked me through the whole thing. The only thing she didn't do today was like we discussed what procedures were going to be done. And then I went into the waiting room, and then the girl came out with the kit to get urine. And she goes, I tried to get it through the needle, and I just went, oh, please don't. I said, please tell me you didn't do that. You know. Tobster also says 6.5 wrist, but I'm 6'4", 225, so I can wear anything with my 36 millimeter Explorer and my 56 millimeter Master G. 6.5 inches on such a big God, Tobster. I didn't know you such a big lug. Wow. That's kind of, you know, I'm 5'8" and 167. You know, I should be 150, and I'm working on that badly. And here, look what I did. I hit the drugs today. I went out and I bought a Diet Coke, you know, because I was so stressed out today. I went and just said, you know, give me that shit. This is what drug addicts must go through, because I am truly a drug addict for Diet Coke, and I've been very good about it, not drinking it, drinking a lot of water and drinking, you know, my usual coffee and stuff. But I went and I just said, I want one of those. And I took a swig of it and I went, it was amazing. A 6.5 inches. Yeah, that's like Tim Masso size, right? He's got a smaller wrist than that. Yeah, I like, surprisingly, I have a 7.25, and like you wouldn't think that I would, but I'm not a little Twinkie boy. I wished I had like just a little bit more so I could wear like the bigger watches. There's some big watches I think are really great. You know, Ray said, "What a great day! What a great day!" I agree. Facilios P says, waiting for you to come on again with the Sheen Up. Well, that's Friday nights, classic eye bashers. We do it every Friday night. We also do Watch Fashion Police with the lovely Michaela de Chatillon. We do that on Mondays. It was really fun last night. I had a great time. Angelo says, my Speedmaster Oro US, the MK2 from 1970. Ooh, bought it in Lucerne when I was 12 years. You did or your parents did. Still works great and it's still watertight to 100 meters, better than the regular one. Do you have a picture of that? Can you send it? Are you yelling again? Come up here, my love. Notice that Laverne has not been coming up on the desk for the shows lately. And that was part of the thing. I noticed she wasn't coming up on the desk because she wasn't really interested in jumping. And it turns out they think she's got a little bit of arthritis. So they gave her this shot today of this stuff called Silencio and Silencia, and it's supposed to be this new miracle drug for cats, just for cats that have arthritis. The things we do. I'd love to see a picture of that, Angelo. Facilios P wearing Tissot PRX 35 baby blue. I love that watch. Totally would get that watch. It's one of my favorites. It's beautiful. JBB, 10 US dollars. Went to a watchmaker today to get a new crystal for my 35-year-old watch. He's been in business for decades. Very cool to see his clutter tool. Oh, don't you love that? Don't you love to see an old-time watchmaker, with all of his stuff? My friend, I grew up with this guy, Ricky, and his dad was just that. He worked in the Diamond District on 47th Street, and he had a kiosk, but it was in a building. So wow, what is that? Oh, this is green. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Do you want to see my magic trick? He had this little kiosk in an office building. You'd walk in, there was like all these doors, and he had my glasses are crooked. He had a million things and sprockets and all kinds of gears and crystals and dials and stuff. It was amazing. And that guy, I mean, he's passed away since, but he was a master watchmaker originally from Switzerland. Amazing, right? Thank you, JBB. I love those two. One of my favorite things to see. Tom O'Mara, I want to know who you are. Send me an email at basherdirk@gmail.com because I want to know. You're mysterious, and I'm intrigued, Tom O'Mara. I want to know who you are. Ready? Sam-led Consulting. Yeah. Fuck you, dumb troll. Were you here for the early comment, Sam, when somebody said they hate the way I say your name? It's annoying to them. It's like, you know what? It is. He just came in, Sam-led Consulting. He just came in. Yeah, I said it's a term of endearment, and it's because you're endearing, and that's why I do it. And if he was endearing, he'd get one too, but he's not getting one. Tomato 99 cents super sticker. Have you a super sticker? I don't know what Tom Amato. It's the greatest name ever. Sam-led says, vote, gentlemen. Please do. Ray said, I said, what a great day. I'm going to tell you a funny story in a minute about something Paul made me watch last night that I was like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. And we watched it in a second. Sam-led Consulting says, my vet tried to get me to overspend on unnecessary tests, which tortured my Hans McCaw. His name is Jasper, by the way. Do your research, gents, before selecting a vet? Yes, especially if you have an exotic bird. John from my band Hitman, he had birds for years and years and years. And it's once you get a bird, they bond with you, and you should never ever get rid of them. And he did, and he paid the price. He felt terrible about it every single day, and that's really terrible. So yeah. Tobster asks me, do you have a shipping address, Turkey, if I wanted to send you a care package? I always have a mailbox location, so I never give it. I know, I have to do two things. I'm doing: memberships, Patreon, and a P.O. box. And the post office is a block away. I just feel weird about it. And you know what? Somebody gave me this whole spiel about, this is what I'm planning to do as my job, hopefully, so I can, live a independent life and not have a boss who can fire me anymore, and stuff like that. So I have to, be serious about it. And I just feel so hesitant about it. It's weird. It's like getting a compliment. It's very, some people don't do it well. Like I've been in bands for years, and people are like, oh, great job. I was like, oh God, yeah. But thank you. You know what? Send me Topster. We're friends. Send me an email, and I'll email you back. BasherDirk@gmail.com. I'll send you my address. But I do have to get a PO box, right? I need to do that right away. Ivar, hello, Ivar. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, they're very convenient. Yeah, Oshin's got one. It says it's golden. It's great, and he gets all wonderful things, and it creates camaraderie. And I love my big thing through the pandemic was like paying it for baking forward. It was nonstop. You make a brownie and I make a lemon bar. You make a cake and I make a pie. You make donuts and I make lasagna. It was great, and we just did it throughout the whole thing. And what was really crazy was I got the same container back. Paul's sister-in-law. Well, not my sister. Paul's stepmom's sister. How about that? She started it off with this big thing of cookies, and it was in this pretty box. I must have got that back about 6 times. It made the rounds. That thing went all over the world. We sent it to the West Coast, to Chicago, to London. It went all over the place, and it was really, really cool. I kind of think the pandemic, regardless of what happened for a lot of people in the end, which was not very good, and or in the beginning, I should say, it was. I enjoyed the solitude. I enjoyed the wine drinking. I enjoyed making things for people. I enjoyed the experience of not being able to see people, but connecting and becoming closer with people. I became so close with so many people that I never see, but I feel like I know them even more now because we talked on the phone or we did video chats and all that stuff. Claude says, dying breed. Indeed, dying breed. Andy Dufresne, looking for a Rolex Explorer. Ooh, 39 Mark 1 in excellent condition. Hard to get a non-polished. Yeah, I mean, you got to research that. You got to know somebody. Man, Explorers, that would definitely. I mean, I know I love old Pepsis. But man, a 39 millimeter Explorer would definitely be that. If I went Rolex next, it would 100% be that watch. I absolutely love that. Not a big. I mean, I like the Explorer too, the Polar one. It grew on me. I didn't really like it at first, but I just think that the 39s of the Explorer ones, I just think they're so sexy. I think they're beautiful, and I agree. Couldn't agree more. Oh, waiting. Vasilia says, waiting for you and Asheen to come to Greece. Hey, listen, if I could get my act together, if my band would just wake the fuck up and do another record. We have a big fan base in Greece. We could absolutely play there. If I booked a show in Greece, it would be, we'd sell it out. We have fans. My band has fans in Greece. It's so weird. Like we went there. Everybody knew every word to every song, which is super crazy humbling. We had experienced it the year before when we played Germany because we hadn't played in 27 years. It was like that movie. We should have made a documentary because we made albums and stuff. These guys there were some Floridian dudes who put a demo out. So imagine how they felt. We came out on stage. These guys, I remember there's a YouTube video where the second song is a Hitman song called Dead on Arrival, and it's at the Keep It True Festival. And the second I go to hit the chorus, the entire crowd sings it at me, and I go like this, and I look at Jimmy, my guitar player, and I say, what the fuck? It's a really cool experience. So I'd love to go to Greece because we played one show, and then we were on vacation. And we stayed at the Grand Britannia, which was fucking amazing. One of the most beautiful hotels I've ever seen in my entire life, right on Syntagma Square. I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Sam Led loves the way I say Sam Led Consulting. Eat it, troll. Vasilios is watching every live. I know you are. We love you, man. Thank you for coming on in. Hey, John Paleo. Look, it's John Paleo. It's John Paleo. He's here. It's good evening from the North Fork of Long Island. Hey, email me where you are. I used to have a house in Reeves Park. I don't know if you know where that is, but here's the sad story. Paul's cousin, Paul's mom's cousin. Here we go with all these weird relationships. Oh, here's the dental drill again. That part of the family were selling a house on the North Fork of Long Island, way out, like right in between Riverhead and Jamesport. Was very, very, very cheap. So we went in on this house. Me and Paul went in on it with his Aunt Gloria and his sister and her new husband. and it was beautiful. We did all this work. Pole's very handy. It was really great. We loved it. My dog was out there all the time. We loved it. It was great. It had 4 bedrooms. It was deceivingly large, but it was like on a hill, and then it was on Atwater Street in Reeves Park. And it's not Atwater, but it's you go down this little hill, and there's the private beach for the town. It was great. Then it turns out that Paul's sister's husband is a complete and utter sociopath, and he started drawing lines about when we could go, who was allowed on what weekend. We're like, what are you talking about? And we all own the house, and we did, and Paul did all the work, and it just got so ugly. And then he started getting very aggressive and weird, and it over time people started not talking to him, and then we wound up having we sold the house out because we had to get away from them. And I'm very sad about that, because you know what, it was an amazing investment, and you know, it would have been a great little thing, you know, as a 30-year-old person. When I got that house, had a partnership in a house that probably would have been worth, you know, we made nothing on it. We let them buy us out because we just wanted to desperately get away from this person whom she's still married to. And sadly, we do not speak to her at all because she chose her sociopathic husband over her family, which is tragic. Sad story. Tobster McDonkey, better to get a mailbox from a business, not a PO. PO box won't take UPS, FedEx, etc. Great to have a place to sign for packages when I'm busy working. You know, you'd have to tell me what that means. I don't really. Me so stupid. Tobster, no, I understand. What does that mean? Sign for, like, where do you get that? Where do you? I had to take a hit off my crack pipe. From a business? Oh, like mailboxes, etc. Okay, gotcha. Angelo Minichiello, yeah. I sent a pic of the Pro MK2. You're a rocker, man. There it is. I see it. My parents did buy it for me. Amazing that your parents bought you that watch. Man, I'm telling you, the MK2, the Mark II, Speedmaster is going to have its day. And I'm going to say it's within the next year and a half when people start trading those at very high prices because they're cooler than fuck. You know, the iterations, you get the one, there's one that looks like the Ultraman. It's got an orange chrono hand. I mean, imagine what that's going to go for. Crazy town. Sam Led Consulting says Patreon 100% will be the first to subscribe since my YouTube account keeps getting payment errors. Yeah, YouTube's a funny beast. And listen, I'm new to this game, and you know, I watched the Gringas and the, you know, all the channels. You know, look at how great Brittany's done on her channel. You know, I remember when Asheen first started spruiking her all over the internet, I said she's funny, and we went on. She was on our show. She was on iBashers. We went on her show, and it was really nice. I don't know what happened there, but that sucks. But now she's like at 140, 50,000. I want that plaque, man. Is that greedy to say I want that plaque? I want that plaque. I love our little small community of kindness. I know that, you know, this is the nicer group, the nicer gang, you know, because, and some of the emails that I get from all of you, and this is the beauty of it, seriously, and I'm not kidding you. People write to me and say that that they love the fact that people can speak their minds here and no one sounds like an idiot, because there aren't any idiots in this room. It seems like in this room, it's like Facebook 1995. On this channel, I find that whatever happened here, whatever happened with this gang of people that gravitate towards this channel, it's people who have something really truthful to say, are intelligent. They think out what they say before they say it. It's none of that, you know, nonsense propaganda bullshit. And if every once in a while there's one of those people that shows up and they don't last long because I don't put them up on the screen, or it doesn't change the conversation, any of that stuff. You know, and that's what I love about this. Some of the emails I get from you guys are amazing. Sam Led says the regular Explorer is porn indeed. It is, man. It. Yeah. But Tobster says, why the Explorer MK1? The stubby little hands are weird. My first Rolex was my 39mm Explorer MK2 from the AD. Yeah, I love that too. I don't know. I kind of like it. Listen, I've never, ever, ever liked the Mercedes-Benz hands. That was kind of my biggest turnoff to Rolex. I wish that none of them had that. I just think I think it looks like Mercedes-Benz. I don't see it anymore. That's what happens. You just don't see it anymore. So it's all good. Of course, I have baton hands on the Milgauss, which I love, and they look great all loomed up. I just have never been a big fan of those hands. So, look, the stubby hands, I think they're cool. I don't have a problem. I've always liked it. I just something about that watch is just, but that's the beauty of this room. There's the beauty of opinion. It's the beauty of why you like Led Zeppelin or The Who, and some people like Pearl Jam or Nirvana. It doesn't matter, because you know what? Everybody's opinion is valid. That's what makes the world go round. You say potato, I say tomato. Sydney Watchfan says, get the band back on the road. Here's the thing. So we were in a band for a very long time, since the 90s. And, we had this big following out in Europe, and we decided took forever to do it. And then the guitar player didn't get along with the drummer. And, and then that's what happens. It's the real housewives of heavy metal. That's what it is, because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. We were supposed to play a bunch of dates with Accept, which is a very prominent German metal band, last year. But the promoter was such a dick. And it gets to the point where that we had played with Queensryche. We opened up for Queensryche in 2022 at this beautiful theater upstate New York. It was a very nice experience, but we didn't get paid. And listen, I'm not a 17-year-old musician anymore that's willing to just, get gang banged in the alley every time I play a show. I'm not that guy anymore. Pay us our measly little shitty fee. Well, he didn't pay us for that. And then the same promoter wanted us to play with Accept 3 shows in a row, which was going to be great. There's some cool venues. It was the same one again, then one in Long Island and one in New Jersey. And we were like, we'll do it. At the time, our manager at the time suddenly died, like in his sleep, and that was bad. And that was really sad when that happened. But it turns out this guy says, oh, I'll make good on the Queensryche show when you play with Accept. Well, you know what that means, right? The posts, the checks in the mail. And then he sent, we sent our rider over, which contained nothing. He scratched everything out, and he did it like 4 or 5 times. So there are problems. I would love to just play those festivals in Europe. I'd love to play them. We played a warm-up show in New York, and that was nice, but America is not a place for us to play. Our following's out there. I would love to play. Absolutely would love to play. Just putting it out there in the universe. I wrote probably like 15 songs for a new record. We were planning another new record because we made Destroy All Humans. We put that out in 2020, right after we did the festivals in Europe and then the pandemic. We're going to tour for that. It actually did very, very well. Very, very well, meaning I never got paid for it, but people liked it. That's what very, very well means to me in music. People really got great reviews, but like, I don't see any money. We signed with a Greek record label called No Remorse, which is really interesting. Vasilios. Here it goes again. So I don't know if we would. I mean, they were a very nice guy. This guy, Chris Papadatos, who runs a record store and turns it into a thing. We play the festival. I liked him very much. We had a very nice working relationship. So I had all this stuff ready. And then my guitar player, he's got other things going on in his life. And he just decided he just didn't want to do it right now. But we got to strike while the iron is hot, I think. So now I just have all these songs lingering around, and hopefully we'll make another record, when he's ready. He's got a couple of other projects that are great, and I can understand that. And he controls them, so it's not like he has to put up with. It's hard to be in a band. It's hard to be in democracy because, everybody's got an opinion, and sometimes you just want to get on with it. And to be fair, he and I wrote that whole new record pretty much and produced it together and did all the work. And you kind of get sandbagged for it. Gonna sneeze. Oh, Scotty H, man, you deserve a ding. PayPal for Laverne. That's awfully kind of you. Thank you very, very, very much for that. It's very sweet. She's roaming around, and I get worried because usually, like when she goes to sleep on the couch, I have this like portable heater, and she likes to go cuddle up, and I love that. I feel comfortable, and I have a camera that I can watch, but it's on my phone, and that's what I use for this. But thank you so much. We'll be spending the evening together on the couch, and I'll be just hovering over her like a helicopter dad that I am. Andy DeFrancis, I love the white gold numbers, more dressy and versatile. And trust me, we all never climb Mount Everest. No, we do not. Well, maybe one of us will. Oh shit, you're in Wading River. I know where Wading River is. I actually went to a dentist there once. Wading River is kind of a big town. So you go all the way down Sound Avenue. You make a left at the Lobster Roll on Park. You go all the way up the street to Atwater, and our house was on that block. And that's where we were, and I loved it. We used to go out there all the time. My stepfather and my father-in-law and his wife, they have a beautiful. They actually bought a house to be closer to us when we were out there, and now we're not out there. So we do go out. They are in. I always forget the name of that town. It's the one where they have the skydiving, which I haven't done. I really want to do it this spring. Hey, anybody in the New York area, drop me a line if you want to do like a Dirk Weekdays skydive this spring, because I'm definitely going to be doing it, and it's out on Long Island. I forget the name of that town. It's called Skydive Long Island is the name of the place, but I really want to do it. I've never done it. I really, 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 really want to do it. Ray says, "Dude, thump some bass guitar." I should do that. I'm just not a vindictive person. Paul said, "Stomp on the floor." Yeah, you know what? My problem is I have enough problems with these people. I try to do anything I do, I try to do it through the authorities, because anything I do, I just don't want. I don't want to have any black marks on my record. But she's evil. Tobster says those shipping places usually have mailbox service. I think like pay $200 a year for it. That's really great. Wow. What is the email to send watch shots, community? It's basherdirk@gmail.com, Carolyn Martin. That's the email address I set up just for this very show. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of people in there today. Got about 10 shots. I'm looking at them now. What time is it? It's 5:58. So I'm gonna get to the end of the chats because I just want to address everybody's stuff. Community of kindness is how we roll. That's right, mother. Ray, quality, not quantity. Yeah, true. Yeah. Show enough said, I preferred goofy drunk Brit. She's a strange bird with a horrifying. She's Canadian and living in England. Yeah. So yeah, I loved it when she was a bit goofy and drunk. She's gotten very serious, but her channel is very successful. Sydney Watch fan. I'd love an Explorer 39mm too. Yeah. Listen, I'd like an Explorer. How about that? Boom. Bum. Sam Led says this is an idiot-proof room because the room has heart. I agree. That's the thing. Everybody here has just been, fantastic. Watch Reporter says that this channel is gayer than a box of cocks. I think that's pretty funny. Tobster says, except commie options, they can get fucked. I'm still getting over Alexei Navalny's death, and I just there will be no repercussions for that scumbag, that murderer. Franco Fiore, that's talk for a different night, but upvote for Dirk, please. Franco, grazie mille, Franco. He also said, stop speaking Italian. Listen, my Italian is pretty shitty. I study it every day. Paul speaks perfect Italian, and my Italian is I understand it all, and if I'm in a conversation, if I've had a couple of drinks and I'm in Italy, I'm not so bad. But what do I say here, really? I just go I just say grazie mille, and that's about as far as I go. That's crazy. Sam Led Consulting says your voice sounds like the lead singer of Queensryche circa 1991, Silent Lucidity, especially. Well, I did get pegged as a Jeff Tate clone for a very, very long time. Not clone, but people, which wasn't a bad thing because he's a wonderful singer and it's very complimentary. And yes, he was very influential to me. My biggest rock influences were Ronnie James Dio, Jeff Tate, and Ian Gillan, and Klaus Meine from Scorpions. Yeah. So, what are you going to do? Is your music available on iTunes? It is. The band is called Hitman, Hittman. I also have a solo record on there called Life Is Now. It is my solo record. I don't have a copy of that here, do I? My problem is I can't see anything anymore. I do have one. Do I have one? I don't know. I don't know. Somewhere. Anyway, I have a solo record called Dirk, Life Is Now. I put out for my own pleasure. I didn't tour behind it. I did a couple of little solo gigs with it. I had a really great band. And it's not a metal record. It's a rock record. There's a lot of keyboards, a lot of orchestration on it. And I'm really proud of that record. It was very difficult to make. And it was made over the period of about 3 years. Just kind of all my influences were like, Gabriel and Kate Bush and Queen and Jellyfish and lots of George Michael. It's just kind of a mess of styles. But my band Hitman, yeah, it's all available on all the music outlets. Just don't use Spotify because Spotify refuses to pay royalties for anybody, which is really, really sucky. Have you ever thought of going solo? Yeah, I wouldn't mind having Robbie Williams' career. Calverton is the name of the town where they do the skydiving. Yes. Sam Led Consulting says, I have Vivis Machina on my Spotify rotation. You know what? I'm happy at this point in the game, since I've never made really a red cent from my band. I'm grateful that any service has it that people can listen to it. Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad you like. That's the much maligned second Hitman record. Our first record was a traditional Iron Maiden-y kind of record, Queensryche record, and then the second one was, kind of pure the bands with a little bit more kind of radio friendly songs. Not intentional, it was just all that. I like that record a lot. And it's much maligned in Europe, and now people, funny, I get all these email messages. The people, that's their favorite Hitman record. I'm like, oh, we didn't play any songs when we toured there on this last thing. It's crazy. Topes just says Alexei Navalny, before he died, compared his situation to which is being done Trump with all the insane phony lawfare and government trying to destroy him so he can't win a third time. You're talking about Putin? Oh, no. We'll talk about that at length. I mean, that's a guy that really wanted to change that whole thing and get the KGB the fuck out of there, and because that's who they are. It's what it is now. My Russian friends are all like, "You have no idea, dude. You have no idea." Franco Fiore says, "Il vostro italiano è buono, grazie." I'm trying. I've always thought you sound like Stanley Tucci. Really? I like to cook like he does. Travis Watts says, I only see a rapper when looking up Hitman. It's on there. There's a rapper who came up after us, and we sent him cease. We do own the trademark on the name Hitman, so he's not allowed to use it, but he does anyway because he's a dick. And he refused to cease and desist, which made no sense. YouTube says, Dirk, as you seem familiar with Italy, do you know the musician Franco Battiato? I don't know Franco Battiato. Let me know. Send me basherdirk at gmail.com. Send me a link, or I'll just look him up. Franco Battiato. Grazie. Yeah. Metal Sport is a Hitman song. It is probably the most famous Hitman song, and it was on Stranger Things. Kate Bush made millions off of running up that hill. We had a song on there too. I think it was season 2. The kids are dropping off in the cool car, and our song's on there. I made $400 from it. So we had a song on. I think we had 2 songs on Stranger Things. I'm waiting for the money. Where the money? Anyway, it's time to get to your shots. Starting off with. Okay. Starting off with. Oh, isn't this perfect? Isn't it perfect to start off with Nathaniel Hannon and his Explorer? Very nice. At the Delta Sky Club Terminal 2 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I say Florida. People say Florida, but I say Florida because I'm from New York. I don't say coffee. I say coffee. I don't say coffee. I say coffee. Coffee. Cawffe, but not coffee. That's beautiful. We love that. That's a great looking shot, kiddo. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Nathaniel Hannon. So we got this is another shot of the XXL, right? Thank you. Minichiello. Yeah, man, this is a big watch. It's a very big watch, and it's beautiful though. The lume on that is crazy. I love the hands on that. Railmasters. I mean, that's the Railmaster XXL. That's a beautiful, 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 beautiful watch. And anti-magnetic before any, Milgauss was around and Railmaster was around. It's a great, great thing. It's a beautiful watch. It's a big presence, though. Brian Levine with the You ready for this, my kitty pies? Whoa. Look at this FP Journe. Oh, man, oh, Shevitz. Gee. Is that Latin? Invenile et facile. Hey, Nathaniel, are you still around? You speak fluent Latin. Is that Latin? Wow. Kids, this is a whole other level of, this is, we're in the Langa bracket of horology. Wow. That is absolutely mental. Wow. Mark Weil says some great looking watches on the show. Yeah, because I have the best people with the best tastes. You guys are all unbelievable with your stuff. Look at this. I love these two, man. This is great. The Black Seas. This is cooler than shit. And yes, it's got an onion dial. And you know what? I like it here. Everybody's like, I hate that you. You know what? I like it. Manly, yes, but I like it too. Irish Spring. Then we got, okay. Oh, here we go. Brett Lane. Ooh, Brett. Brett falling in line with today's date with the Arc de Triomphe and the Omega Speedmaster. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Oh, man. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, man. See, this is what a watch looks like on a man's wrist. Is that a 145012? I think that it is on the flat link. Hubba, 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 hubba. I mean, does anything look better than that? Does anything look better than that? The flat link bracelet. They need to dump the current iterations of bracelets and just go with like the Ed White style, the flat link bracelets, which are just beautiful with the headlight crystal. What a beautiful, beautiful piece, man. Thank you for that. With the Arc de Triomphe, somebody's in Paris. Dana and I stayed right down the street on Avenue de Georges V. I think I told you guys about that last time. That was amazing. Like, here's a perfect example of what a man can do, or a woman too, when they want to get an Omega Speedmaster that's not 42 millimeters, it's a 39 millimeter. Look at the beautiful, look at the reverse panda dial. It's an absolutely beautiful piece. I mean, perfect with a date. These can be had, my friends, on all of your favorite watch reselling outlets. They're not big money. Some of them you can get them for like, less than $2,000. You can find them. Maybe they're not in the best. Who cares if they're not in perfect condition? Speedmasters need to get beat up a little bit to look really super great, Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That is it. And I like the kind of fogginess of this shot too. It's very artful, and you have it on a NATO. I'd like more shots of that, man. Can I have more shots of that? Who is that from? That is from, where is that? Who's that from? That is from Ken. Ken. Oh, look at this. And I have it. Beautiful. Look at that. It's a great watch. Ken, I love this watch. Doesn't say T on it, right? So what year is that? This is like an 80, 89. It's like an 89, right? It's like a 3512 or a 3513, I think. .50. Oh, but it's a Panda dial. I'll have to. Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. See, guys, that can be had. Sam Led Consulting says, Speedy and Gay Perry. That's just yummy, man. That is totally yummy, bros. Bro ham and girl ham. Where am I now? I was gone. I was wrong. Oh, Steve McDonald's got a couple of shots. Ooh. Hello, Steve. I love this part of the show, man, to show off your beautiful stuff. Holy reverso, mine host. Can I blow this up bigger? It won't blow up bigger. I mean, listen, it's one of the most beautiful watches ever invented in the history of horology. Everyone, if you could get one, I'd love one too. I'd take that over a Cartier tank any day of the week. And I love Cartier tanks, even the quartz ones. Just look at that. It's just an absolute beautiful piece. Uh-oh. And he reversed it. I mean, my God. Could it be more beautiful? It's an Art Deco masterpiece. You also wear it a bit tight. It's a bit tight on the big wrist. Look at that. And his Yamaha. Look at this beast going off-road, my friend. That's a lot of fun. One of these days, my friend. That looks like you in Ireland or England. Look at that. It looks very Irish to me. Where are you, my friend? It looks like the countryside. Gorgeous. Thank you so much for that, Steve. And here's Fergal McDermott. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. This is the first time anybody sent me this. But look at this. Can you believe it? Yeesh. Look at that. You know, Lamania based. Still going on strong. Now they're up to the 3861. An absolute masterpiece. This is an absolutely beautiful piece, man. Thank you for this. Look at this shot. Now, that's just with the big case. So if you didn't get like one of those, did you? Did you get like a aftermarket exhibition case for that? I'm thinking that you might have. Wow, it's astonishing. Doesn't Omega have the coolest finishing? Oh, you're in South Wales. Wow. Yeah, Sam led JLC is God tier. It certainly is. Holy smokes, man. Talk to me about this. Are you in the room right now? I hope that you are. That is absolutely crazy town. Oh, wait a second. There it is, man. Oh, I mean, I don't want to be John Mayer. I don't have a big enough following. Look at it. There's the orange secondhand. He's got it. That's the one. Look at that beautiful thing. Everybody should want one of those. Look at that. It's an Omega Speedmaster Professional Mark II. Look at that thing. Unfucking real. This is gorgeous, man. Wowee. You put an exhibition case on that, you crazy bastard. Yeah, Sam Led Consulting says Omega mechanism. Yeah, that's an omegasm. Telling you, that's the the 321, 861, 1861, 3861. That Lamania based movement is the most beautiful thing ever. It's just gorgeous. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful movements out there. It's just so classic. That's why there's posters of that movement. You can buy them. They're absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Fergal, for that, man. Wallace 9 with his Air King. Look at that thing. Right. That looks perfect on you, man. That's the way a watch should fit on a man's wrist. Look at it. It's perfect. Perfect size. That you take very good care of that. Air King is another watch that's completely maligned, and I don't understand why people don't love it. I love it. I love the green. I love the accents. I just love everything about this watch. I love all the un-Rolexy Rolexes. It's always been the way I've been. Yeah, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's got the 05, the 10. Yeah, it's beautiful. Looks great on you, man. Perfect fit, perfect finish. Look at it. You wear it well. You wear it well, my friend. Is Ray. Oh, Jay. Oh, you're killing me. Oh, oh my God. What a beauty. What a baby. Oh my God. I had a black and white one when I was a kid. That's why I'm a vegetarian. Oh my God. What a beauty. Look at that. Oh, look at your woolens. Oh my God. Look at your Irish woolens. What a beautiful baby. Thank you for that. You couldn't resist, and I can't either. Thank you so much for that. He's a baby. Can I have him? He's so cute. They're so loving too. They're so sweet and lovely. And here's Angelo's Mark II. Look at this Mark II afternoon. Thanks for bringing this in, man. Isn't that odd that we had two on the show? Look at that. I love this watch, man. Absolutely love it. And I talked about the fucking the one with the seconds hand, and here's one on the show. Amazing. Look at this beautiful thing. Ugh. I love these, man. You know what? I want to get one of these. I've been talking about it for a really long time. I definitely need one. I definitely need one. They're great. That's so great. I know, like, you know, what's going to happen is I think they're going to have their day. I'm telling you right now, they're going to have their day. And how about the incredible Carolyn Merton with her Speedmaster? Look at this. Look at this. Made for a man, but good, better for a woman. Look at that. This is a chick that knows what's up. She's got great taste in watches. And look at that. Oh, what a great thing. So great. She's having a drive. Can't tell what you're driving there, Carolyn Martin. Look at that. It's great. You just can't go wrong. You got the sapphire sandwich. She's got a sapphire sandwich. It's got the milky ring. The milky ring. It doesn't have the distortion. Beautiful. Carolyn Martin. You know how much I adore you. What a beautiful, beautiful piece. Beautiful piece on a beautiful lady. And Mark Wild, you sent me, it says my 2023 moon watch, but there's no picture here. Give you a minute to send it while I read through the remarks. Mark Wild, here you go. You sent me, you didn't send me the picture though. JLC Reverso or Tank? Reverso all the way. Tudor versus Zero West. You know, I like the Zero West. They're beautiful. And, you know, because I'm best buddies with the Sheen, I know all about them. And they're made from really rare alloys. They're made from melted down airplanes and stuff. I mean, I think they're cooler. They're big, though, so I might not be able to wear one. Not the biggest Tudor guy in the whole wide world. So I think I'd probably go Zero West. Sam Led Consulting, love un-Rolexy numbers. So do I. I just love it. It's my thing. I love it. Who cares? I love it. Then we got Mark. Travis says, I choose Reverso. It wasn't even close, although I still admire the Tank. The Santos is more appealing from Cartier. For my, you know what? I mean, I love a Tank American. I love a Tank Francaise. The round Cartiers don't do it for me. The screws, as you guys all know, I'm not a big fan of the big screws on watches. So Santos doesn't do it for me. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, but a Reverso. I mean, come on, right? Sam says, the Mark II is the Speedy B-side. It is, and people don't even know what it is. They don't even know. Scotty H wants to know what's on your wrist. Ray. Oh, in that picture? Should we boot that back up? Let's boot it back up because that's what he wants to see. And that's why we're here for you with this beautiful lammy pie. Can I blow this up? I can't tell from that picture because we're being lamb-centric. But I can tell you his woolens, his Irish woolens are gorgeous. Can't tell from that picture. I cannot tell from that picture what that is. All right, so Topster, I wasn't going to read this, but it explains why I'm a vegetarian. I saw a cow get slaughtered when I was a kid, from mooing in the truck to hanging in halves on hooks in Mexico at my uncle's butcher shop in a small town. Still eat red meat, but not often. I mean, I told you why I don't eat it. I just can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Sam said, Carolyn, that's absolutely gorgeous, and it is, and he's right because he's always right, isn't he? Did you send me the new one, Mark Wild? My 2023 Moonwatch, but there's no picture here. Mark Wild. Mark Wild. Did I miss anything here? No. I'm looking at all the pictures. Just letting you know, Mark Wild, that your shot's not here. And I'm closing this, and we're over. We're over. But who cares? Who cares? Send it to my box, and it'll be the first watch that I feature tomorrow on Dirk Weekdays, Wednesdays. Hopefully there won't be root canals going on. I'm just waiting for the day that she just decides to make an annex of her apartment out of my apartment. She'll just come in here and move her couch in and all that stuff, and all that shit. Yeah. So here we go. And that's that, my friends. That closes out Tuesday, Speedy Tuesday. Wear your Speedmaster proudly, or any watch that you love. Be kind to animals. Hold the door open. Say please and thank you. It's very important to say please and thank you to people when you see them. And just generally be a better person. It's not that hard. And I know that you all will be, and just be kind, rewind. Don't be a dick. Unless, of course, they're a total.